Alright, welcome to Buddy Bids. I'm Buddy Ben. Today we're stopping by Old Amsterdam, Georgia, down on Highway 27 south of Bainbridge, Georgia. This property was originally bought in 1891 by A.J. Cohen to form a tobacco plantation. Do you know how big 14,000 acres is for a farm? That averages out to about 25 square miles, which is a huge territory to have a farm of any kind. And Mr. Cohen started the area, and they named it Amsterdam, Georgia, of course, after the big city in Europe, in the Netherlands, called Amsterdam. Right after the farming operations began, Fuller's Earth was discovered here. And just down the road from this sign is the big pile of sand, dirt, and gravel, which is the remains of the mining operation. In 1955, all the houses were removed so they could mine the Fuller's Earth under those homes. About 20 homes were then removed in 55, and of course there weren't that much Fuller's Earth to dig out in that small area, and that quickly ran out, and they moved the Fuller's Earth operations down the road about 15 miles to Attapulgis, Georgia, which seems fitting that they called this type of Fuller's Earth Attapulgite. Also, as the tobacco operations wound down, they leased some of the land out to the Craig Lumber Company. From 1926 to 1944, they cut the timber off this 14,000 acre tract and cut boards and made scraps for plywood and all that. But that didn't last for about less than 20 years. And then the timber company shut down, and it takes about 50 years to grow a good stand of timber for boards and stuff. So obviously when the timber's gone, they don't have any product to make. But the shade tobacco that was grown on this tract of land started in 1891. In 1907, 7 area farmers merged together and formed the American Sumatra Tobacco Company. And from 1907 to 55, they grew tobacco on the land until the cost of growing it per acre rose above $7,000 according to this sign, and they couldn't meet the expenses anymore and ceased operations. Of course, that means the farm hands had no work to do, no employment, and they had to gradually move on and find other work. And in 1965, all operations completely ceased, and the land was sold to the Coastal Lumber Company, which is a lumbering mill in Havana, Florida, and where they cut all the timber left that they could for cutting boards and using the scraps for plywood. Someone lives back up this trail here. The camera's not picking up. There's a deer or something pulling leaves off that big tree back there. These people live on both sides of the 4-lane highway here now, which hadn't been here but about 20-something years now. They built the bypass, because when I was young, the bypass wasn't here. It was still a two-lane road through the area, which has the remnants of many farms and homesteads now. Most of the areas are tree farms. They're not really growing food crops anymore or tobacco. Here in our area, tomato farming has took over, and just down the road from here there's about 600 acres or so of tomatoes, and they brought in the migrant workers to do all of that. In the earlier times, tobacco allotments were given to area families as a cash crop to get them by to the spring planting, but with the demise of homestead farming, that's gradually faded away, and the allotments were sold to companies who would merge all the allotments together and grow a big tobacco crop with the modern machinery instead of the work being done by hand. So at Amsterdam, Georgia, big tobacco plantation, timber mill, full as earth, and now it's back to a tree farm again.